So you like my background. So for those who can't tell, so there's a game called Fallout, which is post-nuclear war, and my background looks just like the game.
Yeah.
And this is
The
important
done settlement of the game.
because the last Mission Impossible movie was called Fallout. And I want to quickly talk about the new Mission Impossible movie, which underperformed at the theater.
Wait, I thought he already made a Mission Impossible movie. Wasn't it called Top Gun?
Dude, that does feel like a Mission Impossible movie.
I just when I read the text, I was like, wait, because I haven't realized I was in theaters even, because I feel like this is one of the least talked about, other than the one who was the mother on Dune. She's on
Rebecca
Spiral.
Ferguson.
What?
Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, other than her just killing it right now, I have not heard a lot about that movie because she's been very busy.
Dude, Peggy Carter's in it.
Oh, I love Peggy Carter. That's right, she is in it.
Dude, I swear, she's gotten prettier with age. I don't understand. Like, in the first Captain America, she's beautiful, but in this, it's like...
That's just how they are, man.
It's unbelievable.
You make a Marvel movie, 10 years later, you're still a 12 in my eyes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how beautiful she is in the film. Like, I couldn't stop being like, wow, that's Peggy Carter.
So you did watch this movie.
I did see this one. So, all right.
Is this the 6th installment?
I think it's number 7. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
pretty sure Fallout was 6.
Okay.
Okay, but I have to do a quick plug for my buddy.
Okay.
My good friend is getting married next month, and we love him to death. And he and I have seen every Mission Impossible movie together except for the first one. And we've seen every Mission Impossible together in the movie theaters since the third one. We were pretty young when like the second one came out, so our parents had to make us watch it on video to make sure it was okay, not on the theater. That's a little dangerous. But by the time the third one rolled around, we were old enough to... I think we got dropped off at the theater or we walked there. There was one built close to our house. Like, we may have walked there. I don't know. But we went and saw Mission Impossible 3.
We had no restraint back then. We could walk to theaters back then.
Yeah, exactly. And so we went and saw Mission Impossible 3, and that was maybe one... We talked about it. That was maybe one of the best theater experiences we ever had as kids.
I love that movie still. MI3 is still one of my favorite ones.
Unbelievably good. Like, it's right up there with Hot Rod in terms of movies that shape my young adult. That was another one we saw together. And that one was funny because we're like at the age where like all of it was fun, and then that one guy's like like showing his weird tattoo that's like really morbid and I don't know, kind of perverted. And he's dancing, and he and I both just got really quiet like, oh.
So matching tattoos, yep.
That's what we need to get, exactly. Anyway, shout out to him. Congrats on your marriage coming up. Maybe
Chesley the Green. He's been on the cast before. We can name drop him.
Correct.
Chaz did an awesome cast with us about the Wick movies a couple times ago, and he's one of our legendary Dungeons and Dragons players. So
true.
Stoked to see him and his awesome wife Bailey.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So congratulations to them. Huge shout out. But it was fun. So he and I went to the theater because got to keep up tradition, man. We can't stop.
You don't, in the words of Letterkenny, but we'll censor it. You don't mess with tradition.
No, not at all. And so the fun thing about it was, I don't know if Ches and I, we were just so in sync that day because after we walked out, we both said, wow, that was not the best Mission Impossible movie. Like, we didn't hate it.
After you watched the Barbie movie?
This was before. This was a couple days before.
I just want to make sure you weren't too pinked out.
No, so definitely not. So for those who are thinking about seeing the new Mission Impossible movie, it's going to be much better on Blu-ray. If you haven't seen it yet and you're like, you know what, I want to hear the Master of Death's verdict and then I'll go see it in theaters before it dies. No, it's okay. See it when it comes out on theater.
Paramount probably in the next 3 weeks after this cast drops, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, if Top Gun was a 9.5 out of 10, this is like a 7 or a 6.
Wow.
No, it's like a 7. It's a solid 7. Like, it's a fun movie.
Watch.
Well, so Fallout, the last film, Fallout, was done with such care and such love. You could tell, like, the fight sequences, the stunts, everything was perfect. This one just felt rushed. Like, you just, as you watched it, you just felt like they rushed through it. And it felt like they took 1.5 movies and split it in half. So this isn't a real, because this is part 1 of 2 parts, right? It doesn't feel like a full movie. It really doesn't. And so a quick good and bad. So the good would be the opening. It's one of the best openings of any Mission Impossible movie ever made. The opening is really good. The bad is going to be like it's way too long. It doesn't feel like a full movie. There is some of the dumbest. Have you ever seen a film Now You See Me?
I love Now You See Me, the magic movie. Yeah.
Have you seen
the sequel was horrible.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to ask, have you seen the second one?
Yeah. I was because I loved the first one, super stoked. They did that thing where they take 5-6 years to make a movie and you're not into it. And then it seems like they made a sequel for 6 months later, not 6 years later. And it didn't work.
Yeah. So Now You See Me, they're basically like, they actually are not, they're not magicians. They're wizards. Like, anyway.
They're illusionists.
No. There are times where like they're doing things that break the laws of physics. And so obviously they're wizards, they're not magicians. There's no way they can be. Anyway. That's kind of how it was in this film. You're like the amount of sleight of hand nonsense that happened where like someone pickpocketed someone 10 times. You're like, holy balls. Like, on the heist video on Rick and Morty, you son of a bitch, I'm in. And like they've pickpocketed each other and stolen it back. That literally happens in this film. It's like, it's 5 times I think where someone like pickpocks back and forth from each other. It is so dumb. I was over it.
So you're playing Skyrim and you maxed out your sneak. You maxed out. You're wearing invisible lockpick. You're wearing everything, and this isn't even fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you guys can't you can't pickpocket each other this many times and have it still be fun. Like, it's so dumb. And they keep showing each other that they did it. Oh, and you're like, why?
That always
why would you do that?
Even the Oceans movies, which are great.
Yeah, like why would you show
that? They like break it down. I'm like, are you kidding?
It's so dumb. So you son of a, I'm in. Yeah. So that's another quote for Ches. This whole portion's dedicated to Ches. Okay, and then we'll go into nerdy. Let's see, nerdy. For me,
did you feel like you were? Did you feel? I'm just gonna ask you. Did you feel like it was continuing to the story? You know how they keep it sequential. It wasn't like you were like, okay, I love this character enough. Was that making you really? Wow.
It still feels like a Mission Impossible, but it's the furthest leap from the franchise in a long time. Like, since Mission Impossible 2, it's the worst film. It's better than Mission Impossible 2, but all the other Mission Impossibles were better leading up to it. Ooh. So I think for me, the nerdy is what the nerdy always has to be. Like, the stunts are still good. And, the cinematography's still good, and Tom Cruise is still Tom Cruise.
I really do. You and me, we've been known to like bromances. How is Simon Pegg and Tom Cruise on this? Because I do like their bromance. Even in real life, they're good buds.
That's a good nerdy. Well done, Johnny. You totally called it. Yeah. Simon Pegg, Lucius, and Tom Cruise. And I can't remember Lucius's real name. He's the big black guy who I just love, and I don't know. I want to give him a big kiss on the forehead.
They're also like, they spend time together. They vacation together. Like they've gotten, after you make 8 movies with someone, you kind of get close with them.
Yeah. I super love Luther. I just wish I could remember his name right now. But what's funny is I can't remember Simon Pegg's actual name in the movie. So whatever. It is what it is. But I'll say like their 3-way bromance.
Yeah.
Can you use
romanticness?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Their romanticizing really is great. So I would say that's my nerdy. Well done, Johnny. Yeah.
I'm at the point in life where I'd rather see a bromance than like a Barbie and Ken romance. Give me a bromance any day.
Love it. We're going to give it a solid 7.21 out of 10.
Ooh. That means, Knights, that watch it when you're ready.
Yeah.
At your own apparel.
And that's all the movies in theaters. So like those are the movies you can go see that are worth at least considering while there's a writing strike, right?
Writing strike, actor strike. So we're not going to get a lot of new stuff because even if they break the strike in 2 months, when they had this, 15 years ago, it was like an 8-month delay.
Dude,
by the time they get script, production, deal. Everyone back.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. So I guess go see Barbie.
Yeah.
And Knights, we will catch you on the flippity flop.
Flippity flip.